So hello friends, welcome to the Agriculture family. So here we are going for the bulk method of breeding. Again I will tell, if you do not, if you haven't watched the pedigree method of breeding, then first you watch the pedigree method of breeding, then go to the bulk method of breeding. Okay. So I have already told for segregating generation. Segregating generation means from F2, F3, F4, these are the segregating generations where the genes are separated. So heterozygous condition will be there. These are the segregating generations where the alleles will be separated. So in order to handle the segregating generations, we have three methods of breeding. One is pedigree method, which we have already covered. First was that. Then now I will cover the bulk method of breeding. Another one is backcross method of breeding. So in case of bulk method of breeding, so first of all I will say the bulk method of breeding was given by Nielsen L. The scientist is Nielsen L. The name of the scientist is Nielsen L. In 1908. So he has given bulk method of breeding. If I will say what are the synonym, it is also known as mass method of breeding, or we can say population method of breeding. Population method of breeding. This is also known. So now, before coming to the bulk method, I will tell what is the difference between bulk method. Simple difference. One is bulk method, another is pedigree method. So I have already told in pedigree method what we have done. We have given the individual plant harvest. Yes or no? We have gone for the individual plant harvest from F2 onwards. From segregating generation F2 onwards. What we have done? For pedigree method, we have gone for individual plant harvest. So this individual plant harvest, this is based on superior plants. Yes or no? I have already told, if the plants are superior, then go for the individual plant harvest. That means this is known as the artificial selection. This is known as the artificial selection. If you are going for selection of the superior plants and then going for the individual harvest, this is known as the artificial selection. So again we know there is two types of selection. One is natural selection and another is artificial selection. Always remember, in artificial selection we are not giving that much time to the plant for their genetic change. But in case of natural selection, there is no interference of the human being. So there is a chance of genetic change inside the plant depending upon the changing environment. Yes or no? So this is the simple thing. So as we are going for the artificial selection, we are not giving the plant that much time. We are not giving the plant that much opportunity for their changing in genotype. Okay. So there will be no change in genotype, which is due to nature. This is a simple thing. So the plant will not get enough time for genotype changing. But now in case of bulk harvest, what will happen? From F2 onwards, there will be no individual plant harvest. That means here we do not select the superior plant. Just you harvest the plant. As bulk harvest will be there. Here no superior plant will be there. No superior plant will be identified. In case of bulk method, there will be no superior plant harvest will be there. But here, pedigree method, we have to go for superior plant selection, then go for the individual harvest. But in case of bulk method, as we are growing the crop, then just harvest it. This is a simple thing in case of bulk harvest. Okay, that means here we are going for natural selection is there. Natural selection is there. That means some change in genotype. Some change in genotype will be there due to the environment. Due to environment. Okay. So if we have to wait for opportunity. We have to wait for opportunity. We have to wait for opportunity for artificial selection. We have to wait for opportunity for artificial selection. Okay. So here I am in first case I am telling there is a natural selection, but again I am saying the artificial selection. So what does it mean? So now, so you just see that I am told let us I am going for a variety. I am going for a variety development which is flood resistant. Which is flood resistant. This is my target. This is my target. So my target is I have to develop a variety which is flood resistant. So in this case what will happen? So in pedigree method, as I am going for individual plant harvest, so here I am applying some flood condition. I will apply some flood condition. So I will select the superior plants which are the flood resistant variety. Then I will go for the individual plant harvest. But in case of bulk harvest, I do not apply the flood condition. I do not apply the flood condition. Whatever the natural condition is there, I will grow the plants. Then go for the bulk harvest. If there will be a flood is there by nature, this is natural calamities. If natural calamities will be there in 1 year, a flood condition will be there, then go for the artificial selection. Till the flooding condition, till the natural calamity, I have to wait. And in that time, I will go for the bulk harvest. Okay? This is a simple thing. That means I have to go for bulk harvest up to which condition? Up to that time, up to that period, or up to that year when the flood is there. Okay? So in case of bulk method of breeding, I have to wait for opportunity for artificial selection. If the flood is there, then I will go for individual artificial selection, means individual plant harvest. Individual plant harvest. This is known as the artificial selection. If flood is not there in the field, then I have to wait. Up to that time, I will go for the bulk method of harvesting. If natural calamity or flood is there, then go for the artificial selection. But in case of pedigree method, if flood is not there, then we have to provide the flood condition. Then go for the individual plant selection or superior plants. Then go for the pedigree method, individual plant harvest. Okay. So here there will be no wait. We cannot wait for natural calamities like flood. But here we have to wait. Here we have to wait. Here we have to wait for that natural calamity, and then we go for the, and then we will go for the artificial selection. Here there is no waiting. Just you apply the water law condition, then you just select the superior plants in case of pedigree method. So here I can say, so this is the basic difference between bulk method and pedigree method. So here bulk method we have to go for natural selection, but here artificial selection is there. So this is the basic thing. Now coming to the procedure. First go to the application. As we know, they are selfing from F2 to F6, F7, F8, F9. So whatever the last plant I will get, these are homozygous. As I have already told, as we are going for selfing, if I will go for selfing from F2 onwards, from F8 or F9 generation, the homozygosity will increase, or it is approximately 99.99%. So at last whatever the variety will be there, so we will go for the isolation of homozygous line. Again I have natural selection is there, and we have to wait for the opportunity. Okay, so this is the thing. So now let us come to the procedure. First of all, I have already told, in case of segregating generation, the most important thing is that you have to go for the parent selection. The most important thing is that parent selection, because the parent selection is the most important thing in the segregating generation, because it will contribute 50%, it will also contribute 50% whatever the variety is released. So parent selection is the most important part. So after crossing the parents, I will get F1 plant. So now I will take the plants which is more than 20 number of plants will be taken. Plants will be taken in the F1 generation. So in F1 generation, I will go for space planting. In F1 generation, I will go for space planting. And I have already told why we will go for space planting in F1 generation. In pedigree method, I have told, because for space, if I will go for space planting, then the individual growth of the plant will be more. If the growth of the plant will be more, then sufficient seed will be produced. The seed production will be sufficient, so that we can go for the further generation. So this is the basic thing. Okay. So now move to the now in F1 generation we will go for bulk harvest. So about how much plants are transplanted, or we can say how much plants are there in F2 generation. You just remember, in this case about 30,000 to 50,000 plants are there. About, in this case, 30,000 to 50,000 plants will be grown. Plants will be grown. As the 30,000 to 50,000 plants are grown, but the condition is here we will go for commercial seedbed. Commercial seedbed will be there. You can see here in F1 generation, I will go for space planting, but in case of F2 generation, I will go for commercial seedbed. So from F2 to F6, go for commercial seedbed. From F2 to F6, go for again. Now in F2 generation, whatever let us collect 30,000 to 50,000 plants will be grown in F2 generation, and commercial seedbed will be there. Then go for bulk harvest. I have already told, go for bulk harvest. As we are doing bulk harvest, that means we are allowing the natural selection. So we are allowing the modification of genotype. Yes or no? Modification of genotype. So this is a basic thing. So this procedure of commercial seedbed grown and bulk harvest, this procedure, this is the two things we are doing. The two things we are doing, one is commercial seedbed and another is bulk harvest. How much plants should we maintain? We should maintain 30,000 to 50,000 plants. So this F2 generation, then F3 generation, up to F6 generation, these are all similar. Similar procedure should be followed. Okay. From F2 to F6 generation, commercial seedbed will be there. We have to maintain 30,000 to 50,000 plants should be maintained, and then go for bulk harvest. Okay. But now in F6 generation, what will happen? If I have already told, if that natural calamity, if I am going for the flood resistant variety, if flood will be there. So now let us think. Now flood will be there, which is a natural calamity. So we have to wait. Up to F6 generation. then flood is there. So now the thing is that if flood is not there in F6 generation, then again we will go for the commercial seeded and bulk harvest. Okay. So what will happen if in F7 generation, flood is there? So now we will go for the superior genotype. I have already told if flood is there. Now I will select the superior genotypes. I will select the superior genotypes. Okay. Here I will select the superior genotype. This is based on our objective. Here my objective is to develop a flood resistant variety. So if natural calamity is there, then I will go for the selection of the superior genotype, and here as we are going for the individual harvest. Individual harvest will be there. Okay. So whatever the progenies will be there, which is the F8 generation, it is known as F8 generation. Now I will harvest, individual harvest will be there, and I will grow the progenies. I will grow the progenies in a single row or multi-row. In a single row or multi-row. I will individual harvest will be there, then go for single row, or you can say multi-row cultivation. Okay. So in this case, single row and multi-row cultivation, 100 to 300 individual plants will be harvested. Okay. So now the thing is that you have to remember. So now let us, we are selecting the initial population is 30,000 to 50,000, and in F7 generation, what will happen in F7 generation? I am selecting the super generation. So how much plants I will select? I will select approximately 1,000 to 5,000 plants I will select and go for individual harvest. Okay. So 1,000 to 5,000 plants are selected. The individual progenies are grown in a single row or multi-row. From this, obviously I have told, as we are selecting the superior genotypes which are resistant to flood, so I must think that if there is self-in generation will be there, so there must be homozygous will be there. Yes or no? So now it is F8 generation. Again I have told minimum is F6 generation. So again I have told if flood is not there, then go for the bulk harvest method. So likewise the homozygosity will be increased. So whatever the plants I will select here in F8 generation, I will select about 100 to 300 plants I will select. About 100 to 300 plants I will select. And I will, here the 100 and 300 plants are homozygous in nature, which is flood resistant varieties is there. Okay. Now whatever the 100 to 300 plants are there, I know that these are flood resistant varieties. Yes or no? Because already superior genotypes are already identified. So whatever the individual progenies, here these are the individual plant progenies, individual plant progenies there in F8 generation. So whatever the plants are there which are flood resistant, they are homozygous in nature. So as they are homozygous in nature, so go for bulk harvest. Go for bulk harvest. 100 to 300 plants are selected if they are homozygous in nature, then go for bulk harvest. In this case, if again there is a chance of segregation, I have already told. If this plant will show segregation means some are flood resistant and some are flood sensitive. Some are flood resistant and some are flood sensitive. So this plant will be rejected. Okay. If the plant all are flood resistant, then I can say these are homozygous in nature. So selected and go for bulk harvest. How much plants I will select? 100 to 300 plants I will select. Then go for the bulk harvest. If there will be segregating generation will be there, then just reject that plant. Okay. So now in F9 generation, this is the preliminary yield trial. This is the preliminary yield trial. I have already told in case of preliminary yield trial, I will take a check variety. Here I will take a check variety and I will check whether these are the flood resistant varieties I have developed. Flood resistant varieties I have developed, and under replication yield trial I will check whether it is whether the flood resistant variety yield is more than the check variety or not. If it is more, then go for the multi-location yield trial, or it is known as coordinated yield trial by means of All India Coordinated Research Project, AICRP. Okay. So this is the thing. So if I will take the years, so parent cross, this will be the first year, this will be the second year, then this will be the third, then this will be the seventh year, this will be 8th year, this will be 9th year, 10th year, this will be 11th, 12th and 13th year. So again, if in multiple trial I have already told individual check variety will be taken, CB1 here, CB2, check variety CB3, CB4. So if the variety will be more, then CB, if it will be more, then it is accepted. If the variety will give less yield, then it will be rejected. If the yield is more, then it is accepted. If the yield is less, then it is rejected. So likewise, I will go for the multi-location yield trial. So in this is the 13th year. In 14th year, we will go for the seed multiplication process. Okay, then go for the distribution. So this is the basic thing regarding the bulk method of harvest. So if I will compare among the pedigree method and bulk method, then I can say in case of pedigree method, in 12th year I have gone for seed multiplication process. Okay, here I can write in pedigree method. Here I can write in pedigree method. In pedigree method, the seed multiplication is done in 12th year. But here in 14th year, I am going for the seed multiplication process in bulk method. So, in case of pedigree method, I will take 2 years less than the bulk method normally. Or it will be, so I can say if I will say the time period to release a variety, then I will say in pedigree method it will take less time, but in bulk method it will take more time to release a variety. And the second important thing, we have to go for the merit and demerit of the bulk method. So this is the basic thing you have to just remember. So if there is any doubt, then please ask in comment section. Okay. So in bulk method, I am saying repeatedly, two plants will be there. So as we know, for the segregating generation, parent selection will be most. In F1, I will go for at least 20 number of plants will be selected and go for space planted. Why we are going for space planting? Because the growth will be more and whatever the seed will be sufficient for going for the F2 generation. Because in F2 generation we are going for 30,000 to 50,000 plants. That is why 30,000 to 50,000 seeds should be produced in F1 generation. Okay. So as the name bulk method means we are going for natural selection, we have to wait for the opportunity time for artificial selection. So go for the bulk method of harvest, and where we go for the commercial seed rate grown. Whatever the 30,000 and 50,000 plants will be maintained from F2 to F6 generation, where bulk harvest will be there. Okay, we have to wait for the opportunity. So as here I am going for the flood resistant variety, for understanding purpose I am saying that if if in seventh year, you say if in eighth year flood is there, in eighth year flood is there, that means now this is the time for artificial selection. So go for artificial selection. How we will go for artificial selection? I have already told you have to select the superior plants, then individual harvest. But from F1 to F6, from F2 to F6 generation, there will be no selection of superior genotype as well as no selection of individual harvest. Okay? So here normal harvest will be there, no superior. In case of F2 to F6 generation, no superior plants will be selected. Okay? Just normal cultivation and harvest will be there. So in F7 generation, go for individual harvest. Again, the plants will be grown in single row or we can say multi-row plants. If there will be segregated generation, just reject that plant. If they are showing the homozygous in nature and they are showing homozygous nature and plot resistant, then select those plants and go for preliminary trial, then multiplication trial, then seed multiplication process. So I think you have already understood what is the procedure and what is the concept behind bulk method of breeding, and I have already told what is the difference between bulk method and pedigree method concept. So in the next class in breeding we will see the Becker's method of breeding. Okay. So thank you very much. If you are liking this channel, then please like it and subscribe it. And if any doubt is there regarding bulk method and pedigree method, then please ask me so that we will discuss in later class. Okay. So thank you.